So let me get this straight. Timo Werner, after numerous occasions where he was given chances and he let people down, has the audacity to fire shots at allegedly Thomas Tuchel. No way is he that stupid. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Kavkas View, and today's video is one that's very insightful. It's three very controversial topics. Like I actually can't believe that on an international break we've got three topics to the magnitude of this controversy. Number one, we're going to be talking about Frank Lampard potentially taking over at Newcastle United. I'm going to give you my thoughts and plaudits on this. I don't think this is a great idea, just to say from the outset. Number two, Jorginho is getting a lot of disrespect. A lot of people are just rattled at the idea that he could win the Balon d'Or. People are this rattled that he could win it. What are they going to do when he will win it? Like, it's absolutely confusing. It blows my mind. I'll give you my 2 cents on the dime. And finally, the main story that's going to be proportional of the video is the Timo Werner. Werner got a brace yesterday and came out with some smoke. And I would hope and pray this isn't at Thomas Tuchel. We will decipher it, we'll break it down, we'll get into the little atoms and the elements, so let's get into it. But before we get started, you lot already know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment below what you think. Very easy, ding ding ding, points for all of you, and the reward is to hit the like button. If not, Timo ain't gonna score for the next 20 games. And we all know we don't want that to happen. Do it now. Timo Werner got a brace yesterday, and his second goal was absolutely phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it, because that was a strike of a man in pure confidence. And I've said this before and I say this again. Timo might have to start. And the reason he has to start is because he gets in the box and he's just a second option to get goals. In a team that lacks goals, we can't be picky and selective with who we're going to have at the end of things. But Timo came out and fired shots, and these shots were, put it this way, a lot of people caught strays. A lot of people caught strays. And it's to the point where, Timo, do you really want to be doing this? Because you haven't covered yourself in glory. Like, usually, if you're going to fire shots at someone, make sure you can cover your back. The quote is here, and you guys take it how you want. He says, Hansi Flick is very popular with him. He really likes him, basically along those lines, blah, 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 blah. And this is it. When you have a coach that trusts you 100% and you know you're going to play, you're going to perform for him. Is that shots at Thomas Tuchel? A lot of people are saying it is shots at Thomas Tuchel. I don't think it can be shots at Thomas Tuchel. Thomas has defended him on numerous occasions. Thomas has on numerous occasions said he's a goal scorer, on numerous occasions given the green light and faith. Semi-final in the Champions League, he was playing. The final of the Champions League, he was playing. And he almost cost us that final. People forget how many opportunities he missed in that final. So there is no way that Timo thinks that it's got something to do with Thomas Tuchel. Personally, I think if he does, he's deluded. If he does, he's got issues, because this ain't going to fix your issue by coming out and talking badly about your current manager. I think this has got to do a lot with their last manager, Joachim Löw. I think these are direct shots at Joachim Löw, because Joachim Löw was slowly phasing him out of the side. It was becoming a side with Kai Havertz at the 9. All of a sudden, Leroy and Serge Gnabry on either side, and Timo Werner was an afterthought. I think this is a direct shot at him. There is no way this is a direct shot at Thomas Tuchel, in my opinion. The second story I'm going to talk about now is the story regarding Jorginho. Man, Jorginho has had one heck of a year, and I think a lot of people just don't like it because they don't like him. Whether it's Chelsea fans and now it's rival fans. Like, Jorginho's trajectory at Chelsea has really been volatile. 1 minute the fans love him, then they hate him, then he's sorry son, then he's not sorry son, then Frank loves him, then he's the one that got Frank out, and now rival fans don't like him. And why? Because we won the Champions League, he won the Euros, he got to the semi-final of the Nations League, and all of a sudden he just doesn't fit the criteria that people deem for the Balon d'Or. People think if he wins the Balon d'Or, it means he's the greatest player on this planet. Personally, Balon d'Or is a popularity contest. Like, that's how I've always felt about it. It's been a popularity contest for the longest time. When Luka Modric won it, it was because of his popularity. There's no way Luka Modric was the best player in the world at that moment in time. He had the best calendar year. And if you look at the calendar years now, do I think Jorginho deserves to win it? No, I really don't. I can try run that agenda as a Chelsea and a Jorginho fan, but the reality is I think Karim Benzema has been the best player this year. Maybe Lewandowski. There have been players that have been better than him, but they're attacking-minded players. But to say he hasn't even been the best Chelsea player this year, and N'Golo Kante deserves this, and N'Golo Kante deserves that, Mason Mount deserves this, I think you're pushing it. I think people are just being hypercritical, hyper-excessively rude, because They just don't like the individual. I think that stinks. I don't like that kind of analysis. I want to be more realistic and more measured in my approaches. The reason I will think Jorginho deserves a lot of respect is because he was an integral piece to everything good we done last year. A lot of people will say, no, he was bad, but I don't think it's a coincidence our form dropped off when he was on the bench and it looked like he was going to be phased out of the team. Then Lampard gets sacked. He comes in and he's the mainstay in that defense. The rotation was around NG and Kova. The rotation was never Jorginho out. Jorginho was always the main piece. Jorginho allowed other people to do their job. Like, I know this doesn't sound popular because people love N'Golo Kante. I love N'Golo Kante. But I think we need to be a little bit more respectful to Jorginho alongside N'Golo Kante. I think a lot of it is one way. A lot of it is one-way traffic. Like, NG makes Jorginho better. Kova makes Jorginho better. I don't think it's that bad. Like, I don't think it's that lopsided. Then what? Verratti makes Jorginho better. Locatelli makes Jorginho better. At what point does Jorginho make Jorginho better? People don't like him because what? Because he's not athletic. But realistically, he's got it in here. He's the smartest player on the pitch. There is no way someone gets that many interceptions, that many tackles, that many key passes in games when they're not technically gifted or not intelligent, because we know he's not physically gifted, and that's the one negative you can have towards him. I genuinely think this is an agenda now, and this is rival fans hating the fact that a Chelsea player could win the Balon d'Or. But that's my opinion. I want to hear yours. And finally, and this is the final point, and this is the case in point that we're going to finish on, and I don't think a lot of people are going to like my opinion on this. I think Frank Lampard needs to stay the heck away from the Newcastle job. I really do. I don't think Frank Lampard was ready for Chelsea job. I've got videos, if you go way back, a lot of people call me anti-Frank. A lot of people said I'm not a Chelsea fan. A lot of people said you are a deluded fan that does not believe in the proper Chelsea way. I don't believe in the proper Chelsea way because I actually believe Chelsea should be winning trophies. I believe Chelsea deserve the best managers in the world. I believe Chelsea are a bigger club than a club that will give a legend a job for the sake of giving them a job. And that's where I disagreed with a lot of people. But this is the key, and this is the element that we need to talk about. When Newcastle are going to try to go, and quickly, I think they need an experienced head. I think they need a proven manager who can give a style of play that is a prerequisite. They're most probably going to want to play expansive football to attract the best players to the club. But more importantly, they're going to want to win now and climb up the table. Where in Frank Lampard's CV does it guarantee that he gets wins no matter what? Because let's look at it. At Derby, he weren't winning a lot. He finished 6th. And a lot of people are going to say he overachieved. No, he had a lot of money invested. He used a lot of his resources, which is great, to bring Fikayo Tomori, Harry Wilson, Mason Mount to the club. There's a bunch of players that came and assisted his journey. They still finished 6th, lost in the playoffs to a very good Villa side. Then you look at his first year at Chelsea. A lot of people are going to say, look, he brought through a lot of young talent and they finished top 4. I think while they finished top 4, they should have finished top 4. That squad is bloody amazing that he had. Yes, they lost Eden Hazard, but no one's saying they should be winning the title, but they should have been finishing top 4. And I think a lot of the work that Sarri did before, the patterns of play, Frank lived off for a considerable amount of time. Did he add the success? 100% he added some success. He added management. He gave us Mason Mount, gave us Reece James. He blood through some of the youngsters. But at the same time, he lost a lot of relationships in the second year. Fikayo Tomori, isolated from the group, never explained why he isolated Fit. Tammy was given time after time to prove himself. Tammy let him down. He didn't want to use Christian Pulisic originally, and then he got forced into it. Callum Hudson-Odoi was nowhere to be seen. The measures Frank took was not of a manager that is ready to manage at the top level. And for me, whilst the job and the opportunity is so lucrative at Newcastle, is it the right time for him to take a job that will most probably be a hotbed for managers getting sacked for years to come? Does he need another sacking on his resume? Does he need another sacking? Yes, you got sacked at Chelsea, but do you want to start the Newcastle tenure as the guy that gets sacked eventually in a year's time when they realize that they want a bigger, more lucrative name? I don't think Frank needs that. I really don't. And I hope he doesn't get that job. I really don't. Because I think he needs to go to a Palace. He needs to go to a table that's fighting relegation, right? Or a mid-table that's Southampton. Regain your identity, regain your patterns of play, and build your career. But it is what it is. A lot of you are going to say you're a hater, you can't be talking like this about Frank Lampard, how dare you? I'm talking how I see it. I'm going on the evidence of what we've seen from Frank Lampard. That's my opinion. I want to hear yours. But it is what it is. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace. Bye.